All attendees are kindly requested to maintain silence in the auditorium and uphold the decorum of the event. Please ensure that your mobile phones are kept on silent mode. Thank you. Good morning, respected dignitaries, Dr. Dipankar Dev, Professor T.S. Dr. Norita Mohammad Norwavi, Professor Dr. Shobhit K. Patel, Dr. Viral Shah, Dr. Alok Manke, Dr. Jignesh Doshi, Dr. Bhavin Shah, Dr. Dhaval Patel, and Dr. Pooja Gandhi, esteemed heads of the departments, dear professors, researchers, and participants. With great pleasure, I, Dr. Anuradha Acharya, Associate Professor at the Department of Master of Science in Information Technology, MSCIT, extend an enthusiastic welcome to all of you to the second day of the prestigious Third International Conference on Modern Optimization and Technological Advancement for Resilient Smart Systems, ICMOTARSS 2026. The conference has been proudly organized by LJ Institute of Computer Applications, LJICA, Lok Jagruti Kendra University, LJKU, in hybrid mode in association with the Institute for Educational Research and Publication, IFERP. We look forward to an engaging poster presentation session along with the keynote addresses by our esteemed speakers, Dr. Dipankar Dev, Professor T.S. Dr. Norita Mohammad Norwavi, and Professor Dr. Shobhit K. Patel today. To kick off this wonderful gathering, we will now proceed with the inauguration of the poster presentation. This presentation represents the hard work, research, and innovation of our brilliant participants. Let us begin this journey of knowledge sharing. At this moment, I would like to humbly request our esteemed dignitaries, Professor Dr. Shobhit K. Patel, Dr. Viral Shah, Dr. Alok Manke, Dr. Jignesh Doshi, Dr. Bhavin Shah, and Dr. Dhaval Patel to please join us on the dais for lamp lighting. Let us welcome them on the stage with a big round of applause. I request Dr. Mohonika Gahlawat, Honorable HOD, IMCA, to please join us on the stage for lamp lighting.
This meeting is being recorded. The recording has stopped. This meeting is being recorded.
I request dignitaries to please be seated on the stage. Now I request Dr. Jignesh Doshi to felicitate today's keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Shobhit K. Patel, with Tulsi sapling. Thank you. To present a brief overview of today's schedule and the objective of this gathering, I invite the program coordinator, cum convener, Dr. Jignesh Doshi, Honorable HOD, MSCIT, to address the audience. We have other conveners, Dr. Bhavin Shah, Honorable HOD, MCA, and Dr. Dhaval Patel, Honorable HOD, MSCIT. We are also feeling proud to have other dignitaries with us. With this, I request Dr. Doshi to kindly deliver the address.
हेलो, गुड मॉर्निंग ऑल. नाश्ता किया ना? गुड मॉर्निंग ऑल. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. It's my great honor and privilege to serve as the convener of this session of the prestigious international conference on behalf of the organizing committee. Good morning all. Very good, very good. It's my great honor and privilege to serve as the convener of this session of the prestigious international conference on behalf of the organizing committee. Good morning all. Very good, very good. It's my great honor and privilege to serve as the convener of this session of this is called as a law of Murphy. Anything can go wrong anytime at any moment. This is something as a golden rule when you go in the IT. The consulting firm will first teach you. Get ready for anything which will go or break. So once again, I welcome you all. Typically, this is a very remarkable event. This is consecutively second time we are gathering, and the event is having a motto of presenting you all with the research and coming up with the new ideas. We sincerely appreciate a gracious presence of our distinguished speakers and look forward to gaining a valuable insight from their enlightening addresses. We are having a 3 keynote addresses after this. So I'm very sure you all will get enlightened and you will all learn. Now let us as a small mantra from the Veda. સ્વાધ્યાય પ્રવચનાભ્યમ ન પ્રમદિત્યમ. આનો મતલબ એવો છે કે રિસર્ચ ઇઝ ઓલ અબાઉટ સેલ્ફ સ્ટડી, એન્ડ રિસર્ચ સેકન્ડ પાર્ટ ઇઝ ધેટ you have to share the knowledge. So these two are the fundamental law of research, and with this motive we have organized this research as a conference. Today we come together as a representative of institute from the various part of the countries, state, as well as a member of a global research community committed to advancing the knowledge. Today we know that AI is a buzzword. This is also as an outcome of our research. So let me take our journey further and further. Typically, such conferences give us learn new topic, understand more, and make a good connection with each others. The session featured with the distinguished speakers, as ma'am has already mentioned over there. So I'm very sure you will get in-depth knowledge from them. We have knowledgeable experts and faculties in our college, in the university. I'm very happy to tell you that in the last conference we have 73 posters. This time I got around 170 posters. After shortlisting, rejecting and finalizing 148 posters has been registered as accepted, and we are having a 140 posters which are there on the architecture ground. I'm very sure this has showcased your all study, understanding. So whenever the experts are coming to see you, meet you, please be open. Do more and more interaction with them and try to gain what you learn, that you share, and what you can learn more in this topic, that also you try to gather from the expert who are coming to visit you. Typically, this work is a very humongous work. I cannot tell this as a success of mine. This is a success of all as a team. Typically, we started our journey where we have elective subject is a research methodology. We went to motivate the students. Initially, we get only the 40 students as a research methodology as a subject. Then once again, we have arranged a couple of sessions, and right now I am having all my students are registered for the research methodology, and this is amazing. And I'm also very much happy that out of 371 students of my semester 6 and 8, I'm having 300 students are registered in this one. This is a really a remarkable achievement of all your, and since last 2 years, my each and every student of the semester 8 are participating in the research conference. This is indeed a remarkable work, and this is not the work of my own, this is the work of each and every faculty who are involved. I am only the guider. This is all your work. Please keep it up, and such motivation make us to bring such and such event more and more. I will not speak more. With this, I would like to tell one more thing. I am having this is the big 450 event. So I have a wonderful support from both the conveyor, Dhaval sir, Bhavin sir, and under the guidance of the Alok sir, we have reached up to this level. And I'm very sure in the last conference I put that we'll make a double. I'm very sure we'll study where we lack, and we'll take other departments more actively involved in this, and we will make next year 200. And I'm very happy to announce that we are going to sign up a small MOU with the journal, and out of this shortlisted paper we will publish them into the journal. And this is really a very excellent achievement which Pooja ma'am and Alok sir were working, and we'll let you know whose papers are selected, and then we'll publish on the consent from you. So with this, I am just ending my talk. Once again, thank you very much. You make this dream true. Once again, welcome you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for articulating the context so beautifully and bringing out the true importance of today's poster presentation. At this juncture, I invite my co-host, Dr. Urja Mankar, HOD, Department of MCA, to kindly take over the proceedings and conduct the upcoming keynote addresses. Technical session.
Thank you, Dr. Acharya. We are thrilled to move forward to the highly anticipated keynote address. We have the gratifying moment of hearing from Dr. Dibankar Dev, who is the keynote speaker of today's event. We are waiting for him to be online. Hello. Hello. Dipankar sir. Okay, students, please be seated. Sorry for the interruption. Sir is trying to join online, but due to some technical issue, we are moving forward. And we now proceed to one of the highlights of today's event. And we are deeply grateful to Professor Dr. Shobhit K. Patel for gracing this occasion with his presence. Let me take a moment to acquaint you with his remarkable profile. Dr. Shobhit Patel is a distinguished researcher and academician serving as professor at Marwadi University, India. He earned his PhD in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Charotar University of Science and Technology, Changa, and completed his postdoctoral research at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, USA. His research expertise span photonics, metamaterials, antennas, optics, and the application of AI in advanced engineering systems. Dr. Patel has published 350 plus research papers extensively in high-impact international journals with over 10,000 citations, contributing significantly to areas such as graphene-based metasurfaces, optical sensors, and renewable energy technologies. Recognized for his impactful research, he has been listed among the top 2% scientists globally for multiple consecutive years. I invite Dr. Patel to take the podium and share his insights through the keynote address. May I request the audience to please put your hands together. Yes, thank you so much. Please.
Thank you, madam. So good morning, everyone. So today my speech. Today I'll be talking on AI application and optimization that is in a renewable energy system. So currently my research group is working on optimization of a renewable energy system as well as optimization of sensors, as well as a part of a research group is working on the antennas and RF part. And all these groups are optimizing the designs through artificial intelligence. So that is the key part. And currently, today I am going to speak only about the renewable energy systems and how AI can be applied in a renewable energy system to optimize it so that effectively it can be utilized. So I'll be keeping my speech limited towards the renewable energy, but if you want to have a broader aspect, then I am expertise in biomedical application as well as the antennas and RF part and its optimization. So let me start next. So as madam already introduced me, but let me introduce again. So I completed my PhD from Charotar University, that is situated in near to Anand. You might be knowing that Charuset. So after completing a PhD, I did a 2 years postdoc at University of Nebraska Lincoln, where I have shifted from the RF to optics as well as optimization through AI and the other things. So after that, I have joined Marwadi University, and from past 10 years, I am working with the Marwadi University. Currently working as a professor with Marwadi University, Department of Computer Engineering, AI and Big Data. And this research has been I have been listed in a top 2% scientist from consecutive 5 years because of all my research efforts, as well as my collaborators and my students, and the research effort of all has led to this one. Currently, I am having 10,000 plus citations in a Google Scholar. So today's speech is majorly focused towards the energy and the energy challenges that is there in 2026. So you have seen that there is a huge demand of energy because of nowadays we need more energy, and the conventional ways, that is the fossil fuels, when you use that, it is harmful to nature. So it's better to use a renewable energy so that we can have there is a less impact on environment, and renewable energy that is available in abundance, so it's really useful. So I'll be explaining the energy challenges in 2026, then how a role of AI, that is the how AI can be used to optimize these energy systems, or you can say renewable energy, particularly renewable energy systems. These optimization techniques, then these things can be integrated into smart infrastructure. So nowadays you see at your homes also everything is smart nowadays, fans, TVs, everything you can start with remote. So everything is becoming smart. So better we also have a smart infrastructure using this renewable energy system. And then I have also explained a case study of my research that is related to the solar absorbers and solar cells, that how we can apply and how we can use AI in these systems. Because AI only cannot be done, AI can be used in optimization of certain things. So AI will be a powerful tool which you can use to optimize certain things. So I have explained how you can use it towards the renewable energy system. Yesterday I have seen many papers where they have also used certain infrastructure or certain things where the AI have been used to optimize certain things. So I am only focused towards the renewable energy. So now this is what the growing energy challenges. So as you can see, the energy demand is increasing. And as the energy demand increases, we need to meet this energy demand. And that is true in a way that we are not harming the nature. Because as you know that the climate change is a big issue right now. So better to use a renewable energy system. Now in this renewable energy system also, if you use AI in optimization, so that it is in a better, if you are increasing the efficiency of a renewable energy system, then it will be better way, so that we can even have the climate change, or climate change can be incorporated in that. Next. So now first thing, that is the right now it is a data rich energy ecosystem. So now you see there is lots and lots of data available. If you see before say 10 or 20 years, if you would like to work on a data, you will not have enough data available. But now if you want to work on a data, you have many resources available, many open source resources available where you can download the data and work on it. Or even you can generate your own data and work on it, and you can make it open source so that the other people can work on it. So that is the way, and data is generated every day, data is stored every day. So there is a huge data available. So now in this data rich economic ecosystems, we can use this data in a better way to optimize certain things. So this is how we can automate our complex systems. So previously the systems were complex, but when we automated it, it becomes easier to operate it. And now we can have a scalable cloud-based solution. So now as lots and lots of data available, there needs to be incorporate cloud computing and other things, so that we can scale our solutions using that cloud-based solution. So now this is how cloud computing can also help in energy analytics. So my major theme, that is how we can use the IT towards the energy system, so to optimize the energy system. So one way is using the cloud computing. So if you see our smart home, distributed energy resources, energy grid, everything is connected to a cloud architecture, and then we can have our different functions can be operated through these cloud systems, and functionalities will be there, and we can have an end user there. So this is how cloud computing can be used. Now again, there is the Edge AI for smart grids. So when you deal with energy, you need the transmission, and that is done through grids initially. Now it is the smart grids, and then also we can use this AI for the smart grids. Next is IoT enabled solutions. So as you see nowadays, IoT is involved in many things. So majorly, we don't want to go to the other places. Everything is connected to internet. We can operate it through our mobile phones, and easily, that is through IoT, we can do it. So that is a better way. So we can monitor the energy needs, we can monitor the energy requirements, we can also operate, and we can generate, or generation of power can be done with IoT enabled devices. We can track that, we can supply that, everything can be done using the IoT enabled renewable energy monitoring. So that is the one way we can monitor the things as well as we can operate the things. Now, after talking this related to all the cloud computing and this IoT and AI, and there is lots of data available, so there needs to be a secured environment. So that's why the cyber security is also required. Otherwise, if there will be losses of certain things, and in terms of energy, you might have heard that sometimes the infrastructure or grids are down. So when smart grids are there, there is a, if you are using a technology, then technology can also be used to destroy that. So if there is an attack on that smart grid, the grid will fail and the light can be gone. You might have heard related to the Ukraine-Russia war, that many parts of Ukraine have been, the electricity shut down due to the attacks. So if you are using a smart grids, then there is a chance that attackers, cyber attackers can attack that, and grid can be down, and you can have your lights can be wiped out. So then it requires a cyber security for these applications. Next. Next. So now AI applications. So I have shown a diagram here. So a simple diagram where a solar panel can be connected to, or the data can be collected through a solar panel. And this data can be used for optimizations using the machine learning algorithms. You are aware about these algorithms, the random forest, SVM, all these algorithms. Now based on your data, you need to select the algorithms. Now once you select the algorithms, and when you apply it, and you will be detecting the faulty panels and other things, and then you can repair it. So this is how the AI can be applied to a solar systems, where you can detect the faulty panels and other things, and you can correct it easily. And again, if you have a IoT enabled solution, you can get it through, everything is available on your mobile. You will be getting the messages that your panel is faulty, and then you can repair it. So this is how the smart things are available right now. So now this is the screen which is available in your mobile. So when you are making it IoT enabled, you can have all the data accessible through your mobile phones. You don't even require your laptops or computers. Even through your mobile you can work. So again, this is a screen for temperature monitoring. Next. This is a smart, the AI applications can be applied. Now this is related to the wind energy. Now when we call it renewable energy, there are three main parts of a renewable energy where you can use it through solar, then wind, and then the water resources. The best is the solar, as it is available in abundance, and it is the efficiency is higher, so better to use solar energy. But with that, we can also use the wind energy. If you have good winds available, then wind energy can be utilized, and there also AI applications can be applied to this wind energy, so that you can have a better prediction and better analysis, so that you can have your windmills located at those places only where the wind is in a better way. Now this is a diagram where your wind farms are connected to a forecasting model, and these models have been used to manage your energy requirements. So now models can be used to predict the data, as well as models can be used to optimize the data. So you can predict the requirement, as well as you can have a prediction based on whatever the energy available, and these models can be used in optimizing this wind energy, and then the wind energy can be supplied through the grids and can be applied. So now again, this is also the diagram where the wind turbines have been shown. Next. Now this is the wind energy failure prediction system. So whenever a wind energy, mostly the windmills are available at a remote locations. So when certain things are available at remote locations, it's really hard to predict whether failure is there or not. So you can apply the AI, artificial intelligence enabled system, so that you can have the prediction of a failure of a windmill, and when it is failed, at that time you can go to that remote location and you can correct it. Now this is the core AI techniques used. That is the first you will be using learning, then the automation, then insights, then processing. So this is how it can be applied. Now this is again a cloud architecture which already has been shown, so that we can apply it to the end devices. And this is the optimization framework. So where parameters are applied, so that the best parameters can be again trained and retrained, and so that using the data set we can have the final output. So this is how we can optimize the framework of renewable energy system. This is again cloud and edge computing mixed. So when a cloud server has been used and edge server has been used, it can be used to gather all the energies from the windmills as well as solar panels, and all this data has been stored in your cloud storage. And using the edge servers, you can optimize, and you can also apply it to the end users. And end users can be your homes, can be your industry. Now this is a cyber security smart network, smart infrastructure, where you are using cyber security for the enhancement of your network as well as for AI enabled network to secure the AI enabled network. Now smart grid and smart city. Again, here it is a mixed that how a smart city can be built. So now we have seen that smart energy network. Now based on that also smart city as well as smart grid can be applied to the network. Now this is what the business impact of this IT sector. So IT people can go into this area because it is having already 63 cleanup startup. So all are working on the clean energy, where your IT services, or you can say AI has been applied, and it is a 41 billion clean tech opportunity. So many jobs are available in this clean tech opportunity, where the renewable energy systems can be optimized using this IT sector. Now this is a blockchain. Next. So quantum optimization, blockchain, these are the latest available things which can be applied for the renewable energy optimization. And this is the impact analysis. Now if you see a global energy demand as well as global energy analysis and the key factors, then you will see that there is a huge demand for the renewable energy resources and its optimization, so that we can apply our AI techniques to optimize it. And if we can increase at least a little bit efficiency of a existing system, then also it can affect the millions of people, and it can be given, the energy can be given to the millions of people. Now this is a case study which has been taken from one of our research paper. So I'll be explaining it in detail. So this is a solar structure. It is a 3-layer structure. So you are a IT expert, so you might be not be knowing it is a material level device. So, but what you will be knowing is the how to apply the AI. So this is a structure. So whenever you need to apply the AI to any structure or any application, you first need to see there are 3 layers. Now these 3 layers needs to be optimized, and this optimization task is of IT people, because they need to optimize it through in artificial intelligence. So to optimize is, if we reduce this structure size, if we can reduce the length and width, if we can reduce the height, then overall structure size will be reduced. If overall structure size will be reduced, this is a unit cell. When it is implemented in a panel, it will be an array of these cells. So when a unit cell size is reduced, when you make an array, then the overall panel size can be reduced. If overall panel size can be reduced, overall cost can be reduced. So that is there. So cost reduction is one factor. With that, AI optimization can also be applied to optimize its efficiency. Say solar absorbers are efficiently working, say for 90% conversion is there. Now this 90%, if you are able to increase it, say for example 2 to 3% through your AI optimization, then also it will affect in a good way, because this is for a single cell. When it is applied to an array of panel, or it is applied to panel, then overall energy increase will be a huge one. So there are 2 ways how we can apply artificial intelligence for optimization. One way is to reduce the size of a structure so that overall cost can be reduced. Second way, to optimize it to improve the energy efficiency. So energy efficiency is improved, then the energy requirement and everything will be, or energy, whatever the energy we are going to get through this panel will be higher one. Now how to optimize this? That is the one question. So I have shown a table. So this table has been, when you apply a 2-port device, when you apply a signal from one port and you take the signal from other port, you'll be checking the absorption. This is a solar absorber. So when it absorbs the energy, that absorbed energy can be used in terms of heat for heating purposes in the industry, as well as if you want to heat your home in cooler parts, then also it can be used. It can be used as a solar heater for heating the water. So this absorption is very important. So this is the absorption table which has been obtained through this structure. Now this absorption table is having particular values. If you see, now this table can be used. Next slide. So this is its plot. This is the table, this is its plot. It shows the solar energy, the red part, that is the total energy, blue part, that is the absorbed energy, green part, that is the missed energy. So that missed energy should be reduced. Whatever the energy is applied to your panel, if it absorbs most of the energy, then you will have a better efficiency. So this missed energy part that is in a green zone, it needs to be reduced, and that can be done through your artificial intelligence algorithm. So this is the data. Now this data has been applied. Now first you need to clean your data and apply it a particular algorithm. Now whether your data is linear or non-linear or whatever, if it's clustered or not, based on that you need to select the algorithm. That is the basic thing. And after applying those algorithms, so when you apply the algorithms, there is a neural network systems or any algorithm, machine learning algorithms, you will be finding out how you can predict the data. So based on this prediction, you can use it for optimization, as well as you can use it to optimize the structure size. So structure size. So how you can optimize the structure size? So say for example, its length has been 5 micrometer. So you can vary the length 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Initially you will not be knowing for which length you will be getting the better efficiency. Now once you apply the machine learning algorithm, if you apply the data, the algorithm can find it out for which length it is giving the better efficiency, and you can utilize that length. So that way the structure can be optimized, and your energy in simulations and hardware, it can be saved. So this is one way. Second way, that is to enhance the energy requirement. So initially if you have the requirement of say 90% absorption, now it can be increased to few more percents using this optimization thing. So when you optimize the structure, when you apply different algorithms, you predict the behavior, then you can improve the optimization. So again, this is the heat map. You might be aware about this heat map. So if you see here, mostly it is showing the 99% or say 100% efficiency in prediction of the different structural lengths, structural widths and other things. So this can be used in the optimization part, and this optimization can be used for improving the efficiency. So now the challenges and the limitations. So as we see, there is a huge demand available in a renewable energy sector because of a climate change, and all people wants to use less fossil fuels to generate the electricity. So if you have the renewable energy system available, then it will be a clean energy, and you can utilize that energy for lengths of years. So that is one thing, but the challenge again remains how to optimize, because the efficiency of say solar systems are the best one in the renewable energy. Now in solar systems also the efficiency is very less. If you can increase the efficiency, then you can meet the energy demand in an effective way. So that is one thing. Now with these challenges, when you apply AI for optimization, there are certain limitations which you need to take care when you apply artificial intelligence for optimization of this one. First is the data privacy. If you have the data available, then its privacy is very important. It should not be stolen, because those data are available from many homes or many other things or from many industries. So data security is required. Next is global AI regulation. You need to follow all the regulations while applying it. Then the high implementation cost. When you apply the AI and other things in a effective manner, then there are the implementation costs. So it is high. So you need to see where you need to apply. If it is covering higher energy requirements, then the cost will be lower. Then the ethical concerns, you need to follow all the ethical concerns while applying this AI. Then the consumption, energy consumption. If your energy consumption is higher, which is there, so that's not the concern, but if it is low, then there is no requirement of these things. But if it is high, then you require AI optimization, and then you require a renewable energy option. And then the explainability issues. So these are the main concerns or limitations when you apply your artificial intelligence optimization to a particular renewable energy systems. It can be a solar system, it can be a wind energy, or it can be a hydroelectricity or hydro part. So this is the way. So to go ahead with this one, AI optimization can be used in an effective way to produce green energy and higher efficient energy systems. So thank you. So if you have any questions. Yes, sir.
Hello. Sir, when we are using solar energy, so when we convert energy into electric energy or other energy, does the heat also generated with that or not, sir? And if it is generated, then how to reduce that heat?
Yeah, a good question. So when solar energy systems have been used, there are two ways. One is the solar absorber, which I have discussed. Solar absorber mainly work on converting the solar energy to heat energy. And that heat energy can be used for any heating purpose. Second is solar cell. So solar cell is a PV cell. So it is converting your solar energy to a electric energy. Now when a solar energy is applied to these panels, while designing these materials, this material's thermal point is so high that whenever a high solar radiation falls on these materials, then it will not distort. Only this thing happens when there is a glass on a panel. That glass becomes rough and the concentration of solar will be a different manner. Then and then this heating issue or the panel will be destroyed. Otherwise, if your glass is smooth, so that's why whenever a solar panels right now implemented, you'll have this water lines are also, few people are also having a water lines. So every week they are cleaning the solar panels, so that there won't be a high concentration on a particular cell. Because whatever the solar energy is coming, it is your panel has been made for that solar energy and that thermal point. So there is no problem. But when a concentration of light becomes higher in a particular cell and lower in the other cell, then the energy generation will be different, and then the panel is not equipped enough to generate or to convert that thing. So your panel will be broke. So that is there. But with right now there are research going on to increase the thermal point as well as these issues where a high concentration if is there on a one cell, it won't broke or it won't. So if you see the previous panels which were coming, which were having problems, but now new panels are coming are having less problems, and in future whatever the panels are coming, because there is constant research going on and the panels and all materials are also improved. So that the efficiency is also improved as well as the conversion is also improved.
Is it one of the reason of global warming or not?
No. That is not the reason of global warming. Because if you see, we have a white desert. Okay. So whenever the sun falls on that desert, or if you go to any snow area, whatever the rays falls on it, it will be reflected because of a white. So the maximum reflection occurs only those locations. There won't be that much reflection from the solar panels. The surrounding environment will be heat up, but not that much that you are thinking that is not that much. But if we compare it towards our energy requirement and the energy consumption and other things, if we use fossil fuels, it is generating more carbon and it is heating up our world more than this one. So whenever it falls on a panel and it reflects back, there will be a heat energy in the surrounding, but not that much. Because if it is like that, then in a snowy area or say our white desert, you will not be able to stand there because everything is reflected back.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Any more questions from student side?
Still, if you have any questions, you can get back to me through my email. And this is regarding renewable energy, but there are many areas where you can use your AI optimization, not only renewable energy. If you are not concerned about the renewable energy, if you are concerned about the health or biomedical application or say the other application, then also it can be applied there. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for enriching and impactful address. Your presence have truly guided for today's session. Thank you, sir. Now we are ready with the online keynote speaker, Dibankar Dev, sir. Okay.
All right. Am I audible to everyone? Can someone please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are thrilled to move
Confirm.
forward to the highly anticipated keynote's address.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Prof, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Let me introduce you, sir. Before inviting Dr. Dibankar Dev, let me allow to give a brief introduction for Dr. Dibankar. Dr. Dev is a professor at the Center for AI and Robotics, CAIR, IIT Mandi. He earned his PhD in electrical engineering from the University of Virginia, along with an MS from the University of Florida, and a BE in Electronics and Communication Engineering from NIT Karnataka with first class distinction. His research spans adaptive and non-linear control, aerial robotics, UAVs, machine learning applications in renewable energy and cyber physical systems. He has published 62 SCI Index journal papers, authored and edited 12 books, received over 3,403 citations, H Index 31, and holds 18 granted patents in renewable energy, embedded control, and healthcare technologies. Recognized among the top 2% researchers globally by Stanford elsewhere. He also plays a key role in innovation and incubation initiatives at IIT Mandi by leading startup initiatives, shaping incubation policies, and contributing to national recognition, including NIRF 2025 Innovation Rank 10 and the FICCI Award 2025. I invite Dr. Dev to kindly begin the keynote session. Thank you, sir. Please, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much for a very kind introduction. So my topic for today is married to the prototype, blind to the user, and late to the patent office. Seems little provocative, but but it's very relevant to, especially to people in academia, because we have been used to doing research which I would call as blue sky research, that wherein we do something, and because we are expert in that particular topic or area, we tend to explore avenues of doing such work further. We write grant proposals on them. We try to approach industries or users for such things. And even if the market or the end user doesn't really want that, we try to, because of our expertise in that, we try to continue working on that. Okay. But that world is no longer there. The world has changed. Now, and also, of course, before also, there was no, those who really succeeded couldn't do it in that way. But now, with fast changing dynamics, it is even more difficult to succeed by doing only blue sky research or blue sky research related work. So one has to build a prototype. One has to. I'm still in the second slide. Please don't. Yeah. So one has to. I will ask you when to move the slide. Okay. So one has to build a prototype. Even if one is working in the software areas, AI, machine learning, and things like that, one has to demonstrate that whatever they are building is working. Prototype here doesn't mean only a physically available hardware. It can be anything that we build. So whoever is the brain behind an idea is in love with that artifact generally, and not with the problem, because the problem is always evolving. The challenges that are there in reality, they will shape the problem. And so if one is married to the prototype, by that I mean if one has made something as part of one's research or as part of the development activity, if one is married to that particular concept and not susceptible or agreeable to change as the market needs, as the user needs, then one is positioned for failure. So when we think that we can do something, and because of that we will continue to do that, that is a recipe for failure. Rather, we should think of doing something which actually matters, which actually the end user will buy, which actually the end user will use. So that is why one should realize that there are three requirements. That is where one should understand that there are three requirements of patentability. If one wants to protect the intellectual property of one's innovation, then there are three requirements. That is, the number one is novelty. Number two is, novelty means something which is new. Okay, if you want to patent something, if you want to own an intellectual property over something, you should have something that is new. Number two is, it should be non-obvious. Means it should not be something that is obvious even though it is new, but if it is something that other people can find out very easily, if one comes to know about certain facts, then that would not be non-obvious. Means that would be obvious to someone with prior knowledge. So that requirement is also there. So something which is novel, but something which is also non-obvious. But the third requirement is that there should be a commercializable strategy. There should be an end user desirability. The user should want it, whatever you are making. So these three things are required. And so one should not be isolated in the lab. That means one should not be, because I have purchased an equipment, because I have put in this much amount of infrastructure, so now something I have to do. And so without understanding the ground realities of what finally the end user will want, if we continue to do something by being isolated in the lab, and if we are not agile to the real world realities, then we will not be able to create an innovative product or innovative solution, or such a solution that will be desirable to the end user. Okay, and that is why, for example, car manufacturers, when they want to launch some new, of course this has reduced lately because people have understood the importance of the end user, but you would have heard that Nissan had so many recalls of cars, okay, or Toyota had this many recalls. The reason being, they had an idea that I want to launch this kind of new feature in our next version of the car model, but they didn't realize that whether the user will actually want it, whether the user will actually pay for something, for this feature. Okay, and so what happened is that finally when they launched it, it was either not desirable or it was not usable to the user. And so there were recalls, or there were some product deficiencies, which again should have been tested at different levels at different environmental conditions with the cooperation of the end user. So if one really thinks that one has a very bright idea and is isolated in the lab, then these recalls happen. Okay, so prototype becomes object of loyalty. If you are in love with something, okay, then you try to protect that object. Okay, and so it displays it becomes disconnected from the market realities. Okay, and then one doesn't capture the moments of or the sparks of innovation that one actually needs to come up with patentable products. So, and success gets measured by technical elegance, not adoption from the user or the impact that it can create with the user. Okay, so then that is a recipe for failure. So I would like to now go to the next slide. Next slide, please. Thank you. So this is where it brings me to two different concepts in product development, in supply chain management and things like that, which is very essential, and implicitly or explicitly it is used even in for example, something like teaching in class. Okay, so, and these are called design process and design thinking. So to understand it very well, let me take all of you back to your, let's say, 3rd grade or 4th grade math class. Okay, so your teacher tells you, solve this multiplication or solve this division problem. Okay, so there you are aware of a particular or there is, even if you may not be aware, but there is a particular correct solution. It's not that there are multiple correct answers. Okay, there is a particular correct solution, and your goal is what? Your goal is to follow certain steps and reach that correct solution, right? This is what is design process. That there is a plan, there is something that you have to do, steps, there are some, you can cross check your answer. Let's say you are doing subtraction and then you have subtracted some 3-digit number from a 4-digit number or something like that, and now you have an answer. You can again, with the answer, you can check whatever you subtracted, you will get the other numbers, right? So this is testing, this is checking. You can check that, okay, whether whatever you have done is correct or not, and then you have an answer. So this is a linear thing. You start with a plan, okay, how I will solve it. You will keep sufficient space for the carry and things like that, right? So and then you will have a strategy of solving this. Okay, different people will use slightly different ways. Some people will remember the multiplication table, some will add the numbers. 7 times 3, you may add 777 or whatever, but you cannot get a different correct answer, right? This is design process. In many things, this is required. Okay, it is not that it is not required. It is not that because now we are in the university or because now we are in the industry and many years have passed since that 3rd grade class, now this getting correct answer doesn't matter. It is not like that. But as you have evolved from that stage of requiring to get the correct answer, you would have noticed that only getting a correct answer is not the be all and end all of life. You may get correct answer, but that will not give you increment in your job, or it will not get you a new position that you want. Okay, what is required is that you have to do something new. You have to think of a solution which is not what has been there or known to you when you started with the problem. Okay, after you started the problem, you spoke to the users, you looked at the challenges, and a new correct answer has evolved. I hope you can understand this, that the correct answer or the right answer for that particular problem is not what it was or what it is when you started with that problem, because you have got new information along the way. Okay, so this is how actually all major problems or interesting problems or problems that need some innovations to solve require, and this is what is design thinking. It is a non-linear process. Here it is not plan, build, test and final design. Here it is plan, build, replan, test, maybe replan, maybe rebuild, then design, and then again maybe build, and then test, like that. Now you may think that this process of design thinking will be very expensive because you have to do multiple times these kind of things. No. Even if you are building a missile, let us say, for example, you will not build a prototype, spend millions of rupees, and then go and rebuild it. Okay, not necessarily. You will start with some mathematical formulation. You will start with some paper-based design, let us say. Okay. But at every step, you will discuss, you will get inputs from the user and rebuild the things. Okay, so that your prototype, initial prototype typically is a low-cost device. You will rebuild, and then finally what you have will have less chances of failure because you have analyzed it with all the stakeholders at different levels, and your chances of failure is drastically reduced. Okay, so this way of evolving problem definition is called design thinking. It involves empathy, it involves creativity, it involves prototyping, but it can move back and forth between these steps. It involves convergent and divergent thinking. What is that? That in the beginning, we want to explore all possible ideas. So that is divergent. Means you will be open to multiple ideas. Okay. So you are exploring different things. So that is divergent thinking. But then among those divergent different ideas, you will pick some idea. Okay. So to pick ideas, you will have to converge. Okay, but because you have converged on some idea and you have tried to build some prototype, and if it doesn't work, it's not the end of the story, because you already in the beginning you did divergent thinking, you had planned thinking about many different ideas, and so you have options. You can fall back on a different idea which may work better, and so this convergence, divergence, that's why it is called double diamond principle. So diamond, like a diamond, it diverges and then converges, right? So twice this will happen at least. Okay, so that is why it is called double diamond strategy. So in double diamond strategy, you explore many ideas, you look at it from all different angles, you talk to people, you talk to the end users, and then you look at your financial strength, you look at your marketing capability, you look at your manufacturing capability, and then you build your prototype. Okay, so, and not that you will build the prototype also in one stage. You may do it in multiple stages and iteratively reduce your chances of failure. Okay, someone asked Edison once. See, Edison is the father of patenting in many respects. Edison is also, according to me, the father of design thinking. Although this attribution is not done to him, because design thinking formally appeared as a concept only in the last 2-3 decades. But Edison actually followed this principle in his innovation, in his patenting and things like that. Today, there are 7 people all over the world, number 7, okay, who have more than 1,000 patents granted to their name, to themselves, okay. Some of them are my former 2 of them are my former colleagues in General Electric. But today there are 7 such persons with more than 1,000 patents. But in Edison's time, he was the only one. Okay, he had more than 1,000 patents before he passed away. Someone asked him, and of course there are many great. Edison is well known as the inventor of the light bulb or the incandescent bulb. And there were many inventors, there were many scientists, there were many like Nikola Tesla, for example, who made many fundamental inventions. But Edison is the only one who was both a successful businessman and a successful innovator. This combination. And that is why it's very important. Someone asked him, how do you actually do it? How do you come up with so many inventions? How do you have 1,000+ patents? And at the same time, you have a very successful business venture going on. So he gave a very gave a poignant answer, which today in the form of design thinking people are following very religiously. He said that, see, it is not that I want to do something in my lab and I go there and I just come up with an invention and then try to find, okay, ye maine banaya hai, ye kharid lo. He doesn't do in that way. Okay, he said. So the way I do research in my lab or I do innovation, and this is something very relevant to everyone, any researcher, anyone who wants to do PhD, anyone who is guiding PhD students, anyone who is wants to do research which is of any impact. Okay, this learning from Edison we should take. Edison said to that person, to that journalist, that, see, I don't innovate. It is not that I have 1,000 patents because I have done a lot of inventions by sitting in my lab. I have tried to understand the end user. I have tried to understand what the user really requires. And based on the user's requirement, I have tried to find a solution. I have tried to find a solution of a problem that exists. And so when I find that solution, it will be very easy for me to sell it to the user because the need is already there. So that out of the 3 requirements of patentability, the commercializable requirement is automatically there. And if a problem exists, then definitely if I solve it, it will be novel, because if it is not new, then that solution would be already there. Then why would the user actually want a solution? So, and if I see the problem and then come back to my lab and solve something, it will definitely be non-obvious, because people have, it is not something that I have done something and then I am trying to brute force, so that maybe some solution will already be existing. So that is why when you understand the user and then come back and try to solve that problem from your expertise, because your expertise is unique and the problem that exists is already there, you automatically, when you solve it, you have a very high chance of satisfying the 3 requirements of patentability. Next slide, please. Okay, so being this, I have already mostly covered, that being blind to the user means, here you can see in this picture, someone is very focused in their job, but the user that they have to serve, they are ignoring. Okay, so this may give us a solution. We are trying to find a solution, everyone. in our jobs, in our as a researcher, as a supervisor, as a student, as a PhD student, as an intern, anything we are doing, we are trying to find solutions to problems. But if we ignore the end user, if we ignore the funding agency, if we ignore what the society needs from us as a solution, then we will be solving something that is not very relevant, even if it's a correct answer. Okay, so remember that fourth standard thing. Correct answer was everything at that stage. That was important. But only getting correct answer is not going to solve the needs of the user. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so there is a mindset difference in all of this. Okay, the mindset is in design thinking, the mindset is that involve the user, rethink the problem. Okay, because we are not married to the problem. Problem, if it changes, my solution will also change. So adaptability to the problem, adaptability to the user's needs, adaptability to new insights that we get along the way. While we are solving the problem, we can get some new insights. So if that changes, then the problem and the solution may automatically change. Okay, and in design thinking, team is not whoever is building that product with you, they are not simply like robot, that there was a given problem and they have to solve that given solution. They are observant to the new information that they are getting, and so the requirement of the new information or the availability of the new information can lead to a whole new kind of solution, and they are available, they are open to that, they are given the license to think on the job. Okay, so that is the mindset in design thinking. Next slide, please. Okay, so when and this is part of my upcoming book with Springer, Patenting Through Design Thinking. There are many books on design thinking, there are many books on patenting, but how to come up with, there is a big problem in India at least, and I see some international audience also here. There are in the last 10 years or so in India, there has been a lot of impetus on patenting, okay, on building our intellectual infrastructure, intellectual property rights portfolio. But there has also been a large number of filing of patents which have not got granted. And even those patents which have got granted, they have not been translated into a product or have not found the industry interested in that. There has been not that many technology transfers among the patents that are granted. But if we follow Edison's dictum, if we understand the user and then solve the problem, then definitely, because a real problem is being addressed, the number of filings that will get translated into grants will increase, the percentage of file to grant ratio will increase, from grant to technology transfer will also increase. So like I already said, there are 3 requirements. This is part of my book, upcoming book, which is going to get published in Springer in the next 3 months, on patenting through design thinking. So as I said, that there are 3 requirements of patentability. Novelty, that means something must be new and should not have been disclosed anywhere. Many people don't understand this, that they go ahead and publish a paper and then they ask me, many times, senior professors across, I have found who have asked me, एक पेटेंट फाइल करके अरे तुम तो पेटेंट करते हो फाइल, एक पेपर बहुत अच्छा जर्नल में छप गया है मेरा, टेल मी हाउ आई कैन डू पेटेंट. You cannot do. once you have disclosed your idea, your innovation in the form of a journal paper, or in the form of a presentation, or in the form of a video or something like that, you cannot file a patent on that. Okay, you will have to do significantly different something that doesn't infringes on your own prior art to get a patent out of it. So, and why should you do that? You should simply first file. Today the world is a first to file world. Okay, so first file patent, then go for publication. Okay, next slide please. So there are, if we follow this Venn diagram, okay, then the translational research, okay, that means whatever we are doing, it should translate into a product. Whatever we are filing should translate into a grant. Whatever we are getting grant should translate into a technology transfer. That is possible only if we are able to be in this green region. We should ensure that whatever we are doing has business viability, has user desirability, and it should be feasible technologically to do it. If you simply do something that is technologically feasible but not viable as a business, that means you are here, and not desirable to the user, then you are here. This is very little chance that actually that product will see light of the day and will have users to use it and things like that. You have to be somewhere in this zone, and if you are at this center dot right here, then you will do very well. There is no doubt about it. The product will do very well. Okay, so this is very, very important, and this, if one ensures that one is in this green region, then any IP is well protected. Novelty, inventive step, and industrial applicability or commercializability is inbuilt into it. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So, and this I have, some of it I have already told you, this Edison's dictum, that I find out what the world needs. Okay, find out first what the world needs. This basically inbuilt in it is this encouraging of design thinking, resilience and creativity, the hard problem solving skills, innovation, patenting, not about correct answer, but best solution. This is what is the best solution in the circumstances is not necessarily the correct answer or the linear way of thinking. And it involves greater engagement and ownership. And this, if you just follow here, this drawing that is there right at the bottom of this slide, see, when you begin, you are doing your research, then you are doing ideation, then you are doing prototyping. If you do in a linear way, that is design process. That is required in some supply chain management kind of things. If you are having a chocolate factory, you have initially done all the design thinking process. When you want to do the wrapping of the chocolate, at that time you don't want to do research, right? At that time you don't want new ideas. You will now do the wrapping and you want the robotic system to do millions of chocolates to be wrapped, right? So there you will do in this linear fashion. But in most cases, when you are actually innovating in the process product life cycle, you will be doing, you do ideation, then maybe you find some new challenge. You will again reframe the problem or research. Okay. You may have come from ideation to even prototyping, but after prototyping, you find out that because you see that prototype and a low cost prototype, and then again you may ideate. You can even go back to research and research some new things and then prototype again. So this is the way you get a most desirable product. Okay, this is design thinking. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yeah. So this is my final slide actually. I have some slides, but this is where most of the thing that I want to say will be done. See, what is design thinking? It involves these core principles. Empathy, you define the problem, ideation, prototyping, and test and learn. Okay. Now, when you ideate, you may get a novel idea one, let's say, first type of novel idea. There will be an expected solution, solution A. You may get a novel idea two, another idea. Okay. When you come to prototyping phase, you may get a new idea. Okay. Or two new ideas, let's say novel idea 3 and novel idea 4. Okay. You may also get a new kind of solution. Okay. Novel solution B. Okay. That novel solution B is not the expected solution that you expected because of the novel ideas 1 and 2 or solution A. But when you come to the testing and learn, and you may in fact go back, these dotted lines are very important, and then come back. From testing, you can go to ideation and then prototype and test again and things like that. But this process allows you to have these unexpected opportunities, okay, which is not possible in design process. So the solution that is best is not necessarily a solution of the problem that I thought of in the beginning. This is my message to you, that one should be nimble-footed in innovation. One should take care of the user's needs. One should evolve in the prototyping process. One should look at the challenges that are being faced and refine the problem in such a way that mostly, if done well, because this is, after all, this is what is research, right? If you already knew it, why you would want to do research? Research should give you some new insights that didn't exist before, right? If you are guiding a PhD student and if you know everything about what he is going to do or what kind of solutions he is going to get, then that is not research. That is something like you are having 2 extra hands which your PhD student is using, and you already have something in your mind, and that thing that PhD student is implementing. That's all. That's like an intern. Okay. But innovative thinking, innovative way of solving a problem means you have solved something that was not the original problem or not exactly the original problem that was thought of. Okay. This design thinking allows, and this ensures that whatever we are doing will be ultimately usable to the user. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yeah, so design thinking. Yeah, design thinking for patentable invention is this double diamond strategy. Okay, actually here triple diamond, but by the time we do this, we come to the stage 6 and 7, we have already converged enough. Okay, so this is diverging, initial problem description, research. In this phase, you are diverging, you are thinking of many different ideas. Then you reframe the problem in such a way that you are converging. But when you have come to ideation, you again think of new ideas. So again, you are diverging. Then there are specific techniques which I am not now dealing with. In general, high-end principle I'm talking about. And then again, there is convergence. And then in prototyping phase, there is little bit of scope still to do divergence and convergence. Next slide, please. Okay, so now this is what I want to leave you with. This is the, we will end at this slide. See, ultimately what we are doing, we always think of this, we have been always told, think outside the box. Okay, many people have told us in our school days, you would remember, people will think, they say that, think outside the box. So think of this box, this blue box inside. There are few smaller boxes inside that box. So environment is one box, genetic heritage is another box, indirect experience is another box, direct success, failure. These are different boxes for us. Okay, we are comfortable with this because of our genetically how we are made, or how we think, what kind of environment we are in. We are comfortable to think inside the box. Outside the box is risky for us, right? In general, we don't know, that is uncertain territory. So we are comfortable inside, uncomfortable outside. But if we remain always inside the box, we will not be able to do something new or innovative, right? So we have to venture out. So this drawing here I'm showing, this red lines, is that we are comfortable inside this blue box, but we have to venture out to fetch some novel idea. Okay, novel idea 1, 2, 3. Let's say we venture out. But if we remain here for too long, we are uncomfortable. So successful businesses, successful innovators, what they do, they venture, they use their strength. So this is not think outside the box, doesn't mean live outside the box. If you always live outside the box, then you will be, then it is like, that in US, this is very common. People say that on Friday evening, there is a new idea of quitting the job and doing something of one's own. And then on Monday morning, that idea has died. Okay. So that is like a weekend entertainment. That's all. That is not innovation. You have to move outside the box. You cannot think and remain inside the box, but you do not want to permanently be outside the box, right? So venture out, fetch new ideas, come back to safety or come back to our comfortable zone, implement those ideas. This is the way successful businesses and successful innovators work. But they often, very often, venture out. Venture out, I don't mean physically always. Venture out means in terms of exploring new ideas. Venture out, but then implement it in our comfort strengths. Comfort zone includes our strengths, expertise, our whatever, the way in which we perform better, the time of the day which we do better, and things like that. All those things. Okay. Yeah. Just I'll be. Is there? I hear a. There is a chat message. Do anyone hear the audio? Am I not audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you are audible, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Someone sent a message that. Okay. So next slide, please. Okay. So this is like a recap. So I have already stated all these things, that empathy, define, prototype, ideate, how we check whether it is novel and non-obvious. Both of these things should be. And then this process helps us, gives us something which is called as freedom to operate, or helps us file a patentable application. When we do that kind of patent, when we have analyzed, when we have done everything that I have described in this talk today, then the patent that you will file will actually get granted. There will be businesses or end users who would like to, either you can market it, you can sell that product, you can have a business out of it, or you can license that product to someone who wants to do that. Okay, but there will be end user who wants that solution. So this is why this is the recipe in which this entire innovation ecosystem of patenting should move. Okay, so this is where I will end. If there are any questions, I would be happy to take them.
Any question from student side? Thank you, sir, for that deeply insightful keynote. We are now move on to our next keynote session. It is my pleasure to welcome our second keynote speaker, who is also joining us online. Yes, we have Dr. Norvita ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Let me briefly introduce our distinguished speaker, Professor T.S. Dr. Norvita Mohammad Norwawi. She is a professor in computer science at University Saint Islam Malaysia, USIM. She specialized in AI, machine learning, data mining, and cybersecurity. With more than 3 decades of academic and research experience, she has contributed extensively to the development of intelligent systems and emerging technologies. She has published more than 100 research papers and received over 900 academic citations. Reflecting her significant impact in the research community, she also actively participates in international research collaborations, and her work focuses on applying AI and data analytics to solve real-world problems. May I request Professor Norwawi to kindly begin the keynote address. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ruja, for the introduction. First of all, thank you to the organizer of the third international conference on modern optimization and technology advancement for resilient smart system for inviting me today for the keynote. Unfortunately, I'm not able to come to Ahmedabad because of the what's going on around us. Anyway, so to distinguished researchers, colleagues, audiences from across the region, it is an honor for me to join you today under these conferences. Now, as an introduction, I chose the title Sovereignty by Design. Now, across the world, the nations are accelerating in terms of deployment of intelligent systems. And we are building smart cities, digital public infrastructure, AI-driven healthcare, predictive agriculture, intelligent transport networks, and automated public services. Okay, not yet. So optimization has become our engineering language, as in the title. So we optimize to get accuracy, for more efficiency, for speed, for scalability, and so on. Right? So, according to McKinsey Global, generative AI alone may contribute between 2.6 to 4.4 trillion US dollars annually to the global economy. Okay, and 20 to 30% of GDP growth in emerging economies. So these are transformative numbers. Yeah. However, behind this acceleration, there's a structural reality. So over 70% of global cloud infrastructure is concentrated among small number of multinational providers. Means they are outside the border of the country. Okay, outside of India, outside of Malaysia, for example. Okay, and 80% are large-scale foundation models originate from limited number of advanced economy, as highlighted in the Stanford area. So, are we building smart system or are we building a dependent system? So this is the question that I would like to give some insight for us to think about the future regarding smart system. Okay, so can you click again? Okay, so the smart system is growing fast. Okay, so and the solution for smart system is in the cloud. Yeah. And cloud is an infrastructure which usually is outside the border of our country, and we have the AI models which power everything. So the question is, who owns the data? Okay, so the data, of course, usually we own the data. The locals own the data, but when we use the cloud, which is outside the country, right? Then the question is, who control the system? Who control the data? So this is the issue that I would like to raise. Okay, next slide. So when we talk about optimization, okay, next. Now, so as I mentioned earlier, data is stored outside national borders through the cloud infrastructure. And the AI models are developed in a few countries, okay, which is usually not the local, local, okay, and the cloud infrastructure is controlled by few companies outside the country. So the local data creates value. So being a country in the global south, Malaysia, India, and so on, we have millions and millions of data, and this data creates value. But the value flows outwards because we are using the foreign technology, right? So the risk is we are technologically dependent on the foreign technology, okay? And because the technology is in other countries, okay, beyond our border, national borders, then regulation and policy is there's a limitation in terms of regulation and policy because it's outside our country, right? And this create economic imbalance. Okay, so what does economic imbalance means? Okay, can we go to the next slide? So why economic imbalance? Okay, next. So many global south countries, just like us, yeah, India, Malaysia, and so on. So we generate large volumes of raw data through our smart devices, through our phone, through our all the IoTs and things like that. So this provides growing digital user markets, and I think India is one of the top in terms of user markets. And so as a local, we supply AI training data, yeah, in terms of language. So I'm sure India have different dialects and so on. So we are training the AI system with our languages, with our behavior, our tradition, our culture, our values, okay, and our consumption patterns. So we are the one who supply the data, okay. However, okay, next. Okay, however, these high value AI models are developed elsewhere, okay, and the cloud is profiting, and the cloud profits flow to foreign providers. So the foreign providers are providing the cloud technology, and we are using it for our data to keep our data and so on. Okay, so the cloud is making the profit. The data is ours, but the profit is foreign. Okay, so the intellectual property ownership remains concentrated. Okay, next. So data is produced locally. Okay, next slide. Previous slide. Okay, so the data is produced locally, but the value is monetized externally, and this creates structural imbalance in terms of economy. Okay. Next. Now, so the paradox of paralyzed smart city. Okay, so just imagine a highly advanced city, yeah, managing traffic and emergencies via a sophisticated AI grid, and suddenly a geopolitical shift. Okay, and recently this event happened. It severs the connection to the primary AI model, who's thousands of miles away because it's not in our country. Okay, so in an instant, the city is paralyzed because the local sensors work. The local sensors work perfectly because we are collecting the data, but the intellectual sovereignty of the infrastructure was rented, which is not good. Okay, so so the first diagram shows the current situation where we borrowed the intelligence, the AI model from somewhere, and we use the cloud to keep our data. So what this keynote is proposing is to have a sovereign intelligence. Means we have the data and we create the technology, we create the local technology, and we have more control of our data and our technology. So that is the proposal that I'm making for this keynote. Okay, next is the algorithmic colonialization will threatens national resilience. Okay, so when the nation outsources the brain of their system, okay, so we outsource our resilience, okay, our national identity, our the identity of our locals, our culture. Okay, next clip. Okay, so globally, dominant AI models are not culturally neutral. Now, I'm sure, for example, India or Malaysia and so on, we have our tradition, we have our culture, we have our arts, we have our language, we have our values, we have our tradition knowledge, for example. But because the AI models is developed elsewhere, that it might not be sensitive, or it can have a blind spot on our culture, our tradition. Okay, so means the AI model is biased, which does not support the culture of our country. Okay, so when deployed for social protection in non-Western context, they consistently generate biased outputs that contradict local laws and social. So these are discussion among the AI practitioners, the AI policymakers, and AI academicians. So I just came back recently from a Bangkok summit where we produced a Bangkok summit declaration, okay, related to sovereignty, AI sovereignty. So we are outsourcing our intelligence, and actually we are also outsourcing our resilience. So this is according to Mouton and Bonds. Okay, next. So contextual resilience exceeds computational efficiency. So in some parts of previous Prof Deepak something, I think he was mentioned about whether the solution, are we doing the solution for the sake of developing a solution, or is the solution matters, right? So in 2026, autonomous functionality defines a smart system. Critical infrastructure becomes brittle if the governing AI fails to understand localized priorities. Okay, for example, Malaysia, we have our specific flood patterns. We have a specific wet season, for example. We have our specific culture. We have specific, the way the citizens respond to certain things and so on. Okay, or how we navigating highly localized economic nuances. Okay, so the contextual resilience, which is very, it should be culture sensitive. It should be local sensitive. Okay, and is very important. Okay, so now if we think that where our data, the residencies of our data is equal to operational sovereignty, so we are wrong. Okay, so our data resides in other country, and because it resides in other country, then the sovereignty, there's an issue there that we need to discuss. Okay, in terms of operation, because we are dependent on their policy, on the ruling of their country. Okay, and so this is the issue that I'm trying to highlight. Okay, next. So one of the proposals that we propose in Malaysia, we call it social protection framework. So to make the technology a human-centered, it is a holistic human well-being technology. Okay, so and we call it a Makasih Syariah, or in other words, a universal social protection framework. Okay, next slide. Which have 4 dimensions. Okay, next slide. Okay, so we are looking at the algorithmic protection of life. Okay, so we are looking at the physical safety, optimizing AI for fail-safe in healthcare and autonomous transport. Look at our local problems. Look at our local solutions that we need. Right. So we need to protect the local interests. Right. Even so, at the moment we are using the foreign AI models. Does it has a sensitivity on our local needs of protection of life? The second one is protection of intellect. So cognitive liberty, safeguarding the population against algorithmic misinformation and deepfakes. That's the second one. The third one is protection of progeny. Okay, it's an intergenerational justice. Okay, ensuring strict child data privacy and long-term algorithmic fairness. I'm sure India have their own issue about generation. Malaysia have our own issue about generation, which could be much different from the generation issue in Europe, in UK, and US, and so on. Okay, And the fourth one of the dimension of this algorithmic protection is the protection of wealth. We talk about economic equity. Okay, I'm sure India, Malaysia, we have the same issue about economic equity. So how to make sure the algorithm is fair, yeah, it's fair in terms of resource distribution and preventing digital reckoning. So we are the one have the answers. We are the one who understands our problem. So this is actually the scope of discussion is under responsible AI, right? So under responsible AI, one of the key factors is on the culture sensitivity. So in order for us to develop something which fit our culture, our needs, our local needs, then we need to also develop our local talents. Okay, but there's an issue there. Once we develop our local talents, they become very good, become excellent, then the foreign company starts snatching them from us. Okay, so there is also an issue. So, so what we need is in engineering the ethical architecture. So how can we translate the philosophical framework of our culture, our tradition, the values that we have, okay, in terms of social protection into a deployable technical reality? So probably from the previous keynote talk about design thinking. So how we can put this philosophical framework, how we can put the values, our local values into the design thinking. So that's what I am advocating. Yeah. So the answer lies in engineering sovereign intelligence from the ground up. Okay, next. So so the triad of sovereign intelligence first is the federated learning. So our training models on our local data, how to ensure that the training model does not expose or compromise our local private data. Okay, so this is something that we need to look at. And then about balance, the jurisprudence of balance, weighting the algorithm to balance global innovation with essential local autonomy. Yes, we want good technology, excellent technology, but are we paying the price of our generation? Are we paying the price of our losing our identity, our tradition, and so on? So this is a question that we need to look at. And the last one, next, is the local LLM. So in Malaysia, so there are already steps taken where we develop, we enhance the LLM to fit our local culture. Malaysia is a multinational, multi-racial country. We have so many races, religion, and so on. So we need to develop LLM that fit the indigenous model of Malaysia. Okay, and this is to ensure that a deep cultural and linguistic alignment when we develop an AI system. Okay, so this is the next example. Okay, next. So, so we need to architect our digital destiny. So it's our local data. So we need to develop our local solution, but we cannot atomize what we do not value. Okay, so if we value national resilience, we must value digital sovereignty. Okay, so true sovereignty by design ensures that the AI governing our lives understand the balance of our society. Okay, so we must transition from consumer of foreign intelligence to sovereign architects of our digital future. So we need to determine our digital future. What kind of digital future that we want? We are not, we cannot let other people determine our digital future, because we have our local needs, our local solution, we have our local problems. So whatever technological solution should fit our local needs. Okay, next. So, so this is my last slide. So this is a call to action, probably something that we can think about. So the future is sovereign. So there's forums around the world talking about data sovereignty, AI sovereignty, and so on. So the future is about sovereignty. How can we have more control on our data? Okay, so for example, we have to do an audit for autonomy if your system functions offline. Can your system function offline? Or it is very, very dependent on online. Means, so we are dependent on the foreign technology. What will happen if the foreign technology drop? Something happen, then we are also will having a problem. The second one is code balance. So, I'm sure in India we have our own moral and ethics values, right? So how can we integrate these moral and ethical values of our local culture, our local tradition into the AI solution? Okay, so we need to find ways how to integrate the ethical constraints at the design phase. So for example, when we talk about design thinking as previous keynote, then how can we also integrate the ethical constraint into that design thinking? Okay, and we need to really go into build local. So we need to invest in sovereign infrastructure, but I think India is moving towards that. Yeah, I think you don't have much problem with the infrastructure. We need to build our local talents. We need to build our local technology, so we have more control on our data. We have more control on our analysis, and we do not raise our economy, yeah, because of being too dependent on the foreign technology, right? So and we cannot optimize what we do not value. Okay, in conclusion, what I am propagating is that this is an opportunity before us, not to replicate the existing concentration patterns, but make it more distributed. We have our local talent, we have our local technology, we have our local solution, and so on. Okay, and I'm sure you have your own digital public infrastructure that can move the agenda of sovereignty. All right, and probably the regional collaboration would be able to help us in moving into capacity building, in moving towards the sovereignty, the data sovereignty and AI sovereignty. So sovereignty in this context should not be understood as separation. It is an agency on how to determine how our nation data is being used, how to align AI deployment with culture and social priorities in our country, how to capture the value of our local domestically, and how to participate in global AI governance from the position of the strength of our country. Okay, so the question is not about who is the fastest, who can build the fastest model, but the question is who can govern AI or data or smart system responsibly, who can benefit equitably, and who can retain the capacity to sustain it indefinitely. So I thank you again for inviting me. I hope the insight that I give some food of thoughts, some take-home messages for us to not just think on the technology aspect, but look at also on the humanity aspect, right? So we have our generation in the front, at the front of us. So what kind of generation that we want to have in the future? Okay, so we have our own tradition, we have our own culture. So we want to make sure that the technology that we propose, that we deploy, is something that can preserve the tradition and national identity of our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your enriching and impactful address. Your perspectives have truly guided today's technical session. In case of queries from the audience, please. No questions? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
As our other esteemed speakers, Dr. Dipankar Dev and Professor T.S. Dr. Norita Mohammad Narwai, have joined us online, we couldn't have the opportunity to felicitate them physically. However, we express our sincere respect and heartfelt gratitude for their gracious presence today. So before proceeding to the main poster presentation, which has already been started outside, so there are few quick announcements for the students that the participants are requested to occupy their respective places, those people who have not occupied as per their token numbers. And please ensure that at least one team member must be present at the designated spot before we will having two reviews for the posters. So one member must be present there itself until 3 p.m. today. And after the poster presentation evaluation is completed, we can proceed for the lunch, which has been arranged at basement BSc building around 1 p.m. We kindly request everyone to return to the auditorium by 2 p.m. today, following the midday break, as the valedictory ceremony will be commenced promptly at 2:15 p.m. Thank you. Thank you. We will be meeting in the valedictory ceremony, sharp at 2:15 p.m. To ensure an uninterrupted experience, For everyone during the concluding session, we kindly request all the attendees to keep their mobile phones on silent mode. Thank you. We expect Professor Alok Manke and Professor Dr. Shobhit Patel on the dais. Throughout this enriching conference, we have witnessed a remarkable journey of innovative ideas, engaging discussions, and outstanding technical contributions. With this, we now move towards the valedictory ceremony. This is a moment to reflect on the success of this conference and to recognize the remarkable efforts of our participants. We shall be presenting certificates to the winners of both the paper presentation and the poster presentation in the recognition of their outstanding performance, originality, and presentation skills. I request Dr. Bhavin Shah, Honorable HOD Department of MCA, to kindly come forward to announce the winners and present the certificates for the poster presentation.
Good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon to everyone. Again, warm welcome back to the auditorium and the final session of our third international conference. Poster presentation. We had invited more than 50 jury members for the poster presentation from various basically branches, engineering, computer science, BCA, and everywhere from all over the Gujarat. They were very surprised by the quantity of the posters whatever we have received. Normally, I have visited the various conference, national and international conference. वहाँ पे होते हैं 15, 20 या 25 ही पोस्टर होते हैं. And now we had something like more than 130 posters in our third international conference. So that was really the one big achievement we had. Last time we had a count of 98 posters in a second international conference, and this time we have something like 148. मेरे ख्याल से मुझे लग रहा है जेडी सर और आलोक सर कि next time 250 plus हो गए. but again managing all this jury members, the posters, their basically places, their sequences, that's very difficult. I would like to say thank you very much to my entire team. उन्होंने बहुत ही hard work किया है और उनकी वजह से finally within a very short time we are ready with the results, and again the credit goes to the entire my team. उन्होंने बहुत ही अच्छी तरह से काम किया है और वैसा ही काम उन्होंने last year भी किया था. So now let us come back to the results. The third prize goes to the group number 17. Meet the way. बहुत ही शानदार उनका पोस्टर था, कंटेंट भी उनका बहुत ही जोरदार था. जूरी मेंबर ने पर्सनली आके मुझे बोला कि सर ये एक्सीलेंट प्रेजेंटेशन है. यू माइट बी नोइंग दैट कि एक बार हमने क्या किया है, थोड़ा चेंज किया है पोस्टर प्रेजेंटेशन के रिजल्ट के लिए कि देर आर 15 बेसिकली जूरी मेंबर्स. तो कोई एक जूरी मेंबर्स जो होता है तो बात चली थी इवोल्यूशन की, मैथोडोलॉजी की, राइट. दिस टाइम वी हैव पुट ऑन 2 राउंड्स, यानी कि अगर जो जूरी मेंबर 1 ने जो उसके 9 या 10 ग्रुप में से जिसको फर्स्ट 3 बोला, उसको दूसरे जूरी मेंबर दोबारा उसको चेक करेंगे. बिकॉज कई बार ऐसा होता है कि कोई जूरी मेंबर ने यानी किसी को 65 मार्क्स दिए है, लेकिन उसके यानी दूसरा कोई जूरी मेंबर उसको शायद थोड़े ज्यादा भी मार्क्स दे सकता है. तो दैट मैथोडोलॉजी वी हैव गॉन फॉर द 2 राउंड्स, एंड आफ्टर द 2 राउंड्स वी हैव डिसाइडेड दिस वन. तो यानी कि हर एक का 2 बार इवोल्यूशन हुआ है, देन एंड देन यानी जो टॉपर्स थे उनका, एंड देन वी हैव दिस रिजल्ट. So again, congratulations to the meet the way. Now let us move to the second prize. The second prize goes to the group number 3, Hed Patel and Krutar. Again, now let us move to the first one. That was excellent, and the remark from both the jury member was amazing. उन्होंने बोला कि बच्चों ने बहुत ही अच्छा काम किया है और ये पोस्टर को आपको आगे भी ले जाना चाहिए. The first prize goes to the group number 104, Om Trivedi, Prakash Prajapati and Rudra Patel. Congratulations to all of you. So basically, in our poster presentation, the third prize has been given as 2,000 rupees. The second prize is 3,000 rupees, and the first prize is 5,000 rupees. Congratulations to all of you, all the winners. Again, congratulations to all the participants also for participating in this event. Thank you very much, and so nice of you.
Now it's time to announce the winners for paper presentation. In this regard, I call upon Dr. Vishal Polara,
we have gone through total 18 panels, and I would like to announce winners of all 80 panels. Panel number 1, paper ID 18104, computational efficient gated recurrent unit based neural control for near surface interaction of autonomous aerial robots. Authors are Sandeep Gupta, Suvendu Samantha, and they are from Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur. Panel number 2, best paper selected is paper ID 17474, Resent 50 power-based mobile framework for childhood malnutrition detection and intervention using facial imaging. Authors are N. China K. Naresh from Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, Tirupati. Panel number 3, paper ID 17371, intelligent AI-based framework for real-time solar panel optimization using IoT and geospatial analysis. Authors are Sukla Kushank Akshay, Gujarat Technological University. From panel number 4, paper ID 1612, CSSR, collapse structure search and rescue operation using radar sensor. Authors are Jeevan Vishweshwara, Salem G. Salem, PSNA College of Engineering and Technology, Dingunal, Tamil Nadu. From panel 5, base paper 17245, paper ID, paper title, an optimized machine learning framework for depression and suicide risk assessment in smart healthcare system. Authors are Sanket Shah, Tripti Dodia, Nisha Prajapati from GLS University. From panel 6, paper ID 7999, paper title Smart AI Driven EV Charging Infrastructure. Authors are Archana MR, Harshini Iswarya, Dr. A. Sumungalatha, Anna University. Panel number 7, paper ID 18115, a deployment aware comparative study of lightweight model for human activity recognition under TinyML constrained edge devices. Authors are Sia Lalwani and Kuntesh K. Jani from Gujarat University. Panel number 8, paper ID 17243, paper title, a comprehensive review of botnet detection technique using network traffic and machine learning. Authors are Kamta Kumar Singh, Dr. Hiteshi Diwanji, LD College of Engineering. Panel number 8, paper ID 19268, paper title, Intelligent ECG Signal Processing for Sleep Apnea Detection, a comparative analysis of emerging deep learning. Author is Smith Patel. From panel 10, paper ID 18124, Neuropsychological Effect of Immersive VR and Real World Meditation, an egg and HRV study. Authors are Swati Singh, Lakshmi Dar Behra and Suvendra Samanta from Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur. Panel 11, paper ID 18014, paper title Adaptive Graph Neural Network Framework for EEG based depression detection. Authors are Sonia Jain, Purvi Ramanuj from GTU. Panel number 12, paper ID 17933, paper title Hybrid Forecasting for Clothing Retailer using Prophet Exobest and Asymmetric Loss Optimization, Lakshmi Narayan Singh. Panel number 13, paper ID 16884, paper title AI Powered Wireless Network Traffic Prediction, a machine learning approach for proactive network management. Authors are Atal K. Dharmashay, Vidya Goget from Shah and Anchor Kachi Engineering College, Mumbai. Panel number 14, paper gets selected 17299, paper title Optimization of Truck Transportation Flow Time in Open Cast Lignite Mines using DMAIC methodology. Author details are Vaishnavi Prabhakaran Pradeep Mon from National Institute of Technology, Calicut. Panel number 15, paper ID 16613, a hybrid engineering administrative framework for heat stress induced Accident Risk Reduction in the Indian Firework Industry. Authors are Kunal Deep and Dr. N.A. Siddiqui, G.D. Goenka University. Panel number 16, paper ID 17614, paper title Navigation the Green Transition, Multi-Stage Ensemble Optimization for Resilient Indian Renewable Energy Equities. Author details are Sarfaraj Patel and Jignesh Dose from LJKU. Panel number 17, 17397, paper ID, paper title Pulse Compression Technique for Electronic Intelligence, a Unified Framework for Intercept Analysis and Low Observable Sensing. Author details are Suresh Kumar, TP, Dr. Rajesh Kumar Upadhyay from Mangal Yatan University. Panel number 18, paper ID 16946, experimental investigation on mechanical and durability properties of polypropylene fiber reinforced fly ash concrete. Author details Justin Reggie, Lakshmi Priya R from APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University. Congratulations to all authors.
Congratulations, Professor Sarfaraj Patel and Dr. Jignesh Doshi. The rest of the certificates for the other winners for paper presentation contest will be issued later. In regard to the unveiling of the official journal, the Journal of Statistics and Management Systems, JSMS, indexed in ABDC, volume 28, November 2025, a special issue on emerging trends in technological development and management practices, which features the blind peer-reviewed research papers presented at last year's conference, the second international conference on recent advances in engineering and computer applications, ICRA ECA 2025. We are expecting a photo session, and in this regard, we would like to call the guest editors, Dr. Neha Shah, Dr. Pooja Gandhi, the scientific committee members, Dr. Jignesh Doshi, Dr. Bhavin Shah, Dr. Monica Kahlawat, Dr. Mitu Joshi, Dr. Urja Mankad, Dr. Anuradha Acharya, Dr. Sheetal Soni, Dr. Prashant Petalia, Dr. Mehul Patel, Dr. Vishant Polara, Dr. Hardik Soni, Dr. Khyati Rami, Dr. Kalyani Patel, Dr. Meghna Patel, Dr. Priyank Nahar, Dr. Arpit Jani, Dr. Alok Manke, and the other authors or any editors left out. Please come onto the stage for a photo session. Now, as an expression of our sincere thanks to Professor Dr. Shobit K. Patel, I invite Dr. Alok Manke to present a memento to him. Thank you, sir. As all good things must come to an end, so does this wonderful gathering too. No program of this magnitude can be successful without the dedication of a great team. To officially conclude today's proceedings and express our collective gratitude, I would like to invite Dr. Alok Manke, Honorable Director, LJICA, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon. Thank you is such a prayer that cannot be seen or touched. It must felt by heart. I feel honored and privileged to get opportunity to propose vote of thanks on this special occasion. As we are come to closure of this international conference, it deemed great honor to propose vote of thanks. Thank you all for your participation. First of all, my heartfelt thanks to Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Dinesh Awasthi, Dr. Manish Bhai Shah, Dr. Priya Shah for their support. They are not only supported by monetary but also by they are all already involved in technical support. They are already involved in moral support. So I am very much thankful to them. All this would not be impossible. It would be impossible without the financial support and technical support for IFERP. So I am thankful to IFERP. I am thankful to Advisory Council and Steering Committee in which Vishal sir, Khyati Rami madam and Pooja madam is there. So I am deeply thankful to them. I extend my thanks to all the keynote speaker, Dr. Deepankar Dev, Dr. Shobit sir, Dr. Srimali, Dr. Nohita. I am very much thankful to them. I am very much thankful to all the panelists, Mr. Suprit Tare, Dhrumesh Gandhi and Divyang Ved for wonderful panel discussion. I extend my thanks to Taru Publication and other publication partner. Because of them, this event is so much successful so that we get almost 300 papers and out of which we selected 149 papers in the conference, and that is a huge success. So heartfelt thanks to them. So this journey actually starts from 1 year before. So first of all, before the conference, we have organized pre-conference workshop, and that entire thing is done by Dr. Monica Gehlawat. She not only took the sessions, but she also arranged one special session for all the participants to get insight so that they can write the good paper. So I am very much thankful to her. Thank you very much, madam. Now, as far as the poster is concerned, Dr. Jignesh Doshi put lot of effort to get huge amount of paper. This is the wonderful thing. His entire team done the wonderful job to get such kind of posters, and in this time the quality of poster is increasing very much. So I am very much thankful to him also. Thank you very much. So he collected the poster. Now, how to showcase these posters and how to prepare results, this required lot of effort. So I am very much thankful to Bhavin sir and his team. So they put lot of effort for not only poster presentation, but his team also involved in the publicity. So I don't think any university or any researcher not get email from our end. So I am very much thankful to Dr. Bhavin Shah and his team also. Thank you very much. Now I am also very much thankful for such a good hospitality. Dr. Dhaval Shah, he organizes entire volunteer team, food, and all the arrangements. So thank you very much, Dhaval sir, for such a nice contribution. He is also co-convener with JD sir. So thank you very much for that. Next, it required tremendous effort. You can see the participants, and each and every poster, I think 3 participants are there, and even in the paper presentation, more than 150 papers are there to present and to prepare all the certificates, memento, all these things. It took lot of effort. So thank you very much, Nirav sir, Rakhi madam and his team. Thank you very much. Now, communication is very much important. So, Professor Dr. Anjum and Pankti Madam, they put lot of effort to communicate with authors, keynote speakers, panelists, everything. So, thank you very much for that. Thank you, Anjum. Now you can see this live YouTube channel and live in the YouTube, Facebook, and especially in the session, that is in the Zoom meeting. So all this technical thing, it is taken care by Professor Sarfaraz, Vidhi Madam, Pankaj, and our technical lead Chirag Patel. So thank you very much. It is going very smooth, and entire team. I extend my thanks to Dr. Anuradha and Dr. Urja Madam for such a wonderful stage handling. Thank you very much. And Urja Madam is also involved in the paper segregation. That is also very difficult task. So I cannot, there are a lot of tasks, so that I cannot take names of all the members, those who have participated, but I am very much thankful to all of them. Then Professor Nilesh and Professor Ankur sir also involved in finding the profiles of different session chairs, keynote speakers. So thank you very much for that. Thank you sir, Ankur sir, Nilesh sir. I am very much thankful to Meetu madam also for their support to Dhaval sir and engaging in all the committee. She is kind of salt, so that she is everywhere to support every team. Thank you very much. I am thankful to Dr. Heta. She did all the media thing and poster printing. You can see the poster all around the campus. So it is done by the Dr. Heta. Thank you very much, Heta. I am thankful to Ms. Sangeeta Rajole for wonderful decoration. You can see the decoration, it is improved in day by day. Thank you very much. Sangeeta madam and her team, thank you. I am thankful to Professor Manish Garwar for arranging panel discussion. Thank you. I am thankful to Kumar sir for preparing result of paper presentation. Thank you very much, Kumar sir. I am thankful to all the volunteers. Please, big round of applause for all the volunteers. Thank you, all the volunteers of each and every committee. My heartful thanks to you. Thank you very much. Without you, it is not possible. I am very much thankful to all the participants also. They made this conference grand success. Thank you very much. I thankful to all the administrative staff. Thank you very much. All the administrative and support staff. Thank you very much. An event of dimension cannot be happen overnight. It requires meticulous planning, execution, and an eye for details. The wheel start rolling 6 months advance. The synergy of Professor Pooja Gandhi, Pooja Parekh was excellent. So your hard work are really appreciated. Thank you, Pooja madam. Thank you very much. And if any name is missing, then I'm apology for my side. So thank you very much. I conclude this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the vote of thanks. So on behalf of LGICA, we extend our profound appreciation to each one of you for your valuable presence and enthusiastic participation. We hope we all depart with enriching insights, meaningful connections, and pleasant memories of this event. Wishing you a wonderful evening and safe journey home. Thank you once again.
Thank you.